What it do? It's time to double down on the Tulsa real estate crowdfunding scam. I don't know why y'all put me on this shit. Already got enough haters. I wonder, can I fit a few more? If anybody think that it's real, can you come try to settle this score? It gets even worse as I look around. It gets even worse. We have a particular group of frauds. Hey, we got Victoria. We going for the victory. Hey, we got Candy. Kisses. She must be just putting on her fresh outfit on the way to that job. And the true light, boy, we cracking already. We about to be cracking. I'm on it. I'm on it. True light trying to ooh-wee him some candy kisses. Shallow. Get it in, true to the light. All right. So here's the deal, people. We're going to continue to follow along and go deeper. We're going to see a pattern. Let's examine the faith of the people. Jay Morrison. He uses a lot of Bible terms. I'm not quite certain he's against that Bible. Now we got your man over here with Your Black World. What's his damn name? This old dude here. Let me see if I can get his name. I forget his name all the time. Mr. Financier. Y'all know who we talking about. Now, we're going to go even deeper because we already know, and if anybody knows his name, I don't know why it's skipping my mind, but Mr. Financial Boot Camp, Mr. Your Black World, who is this? Boyce Watkins. Thank you, sir. Moist Watkins. That must be Tyreek's word because he makes up shit like that. So we know that Boyce Watkins, he's an atheist. He's a black atheist. But he's into finances. He done pushed a lot of fraud shit. Boyce Watkins is up for one of the fraud awards with the master fraudster, Sarnetta. Sarnetta ain't got his hand in on this yet. The Dagger Squad ain't got in on this yet. Our usual suspects is on quiet. They might get on it now that Pitbull's talking about it. They love to build their channel off my shit. I'm gonna be the sole champion smashing on this shit. Everybody else gonna be digging in. It's gonna take a little while though. First, we gotta let everybody put their money in and get their money locked up for 12 months. When you invest your money, it's locked up for 12 months. And then in the meantime, we got Tariq Nasheed, another Satanist, black Satanist, a Satanist in blackface. He's down with it. We're going to line them up. We're going to see how many of these YouTubers is down with it. Now, Vlad TV, he said, fuck that shit. He's a Jew. And a Jew ain't just going to fall for no nigga shit. Trust me. He in the control of niggas. And he ain't going for it. He ain't going for it. Pit Boss ain't going for this bullshit. Hell no, you're not going to lock my money up for 12 months. I can't even sell my shares. I got to trade them off put one of my family members or friends in debt with this shit. Be like, yo, you want to buy a share in a Tulsa, Oklahoma crowdfund share? They're gonna be like, why you don't want it? Man, I only made $80 off my stack. I'm good. I'm trying to get my stack back. They're gonna be like, oh hell no, man. Hell nah. You in like Flint. So let's go ahead and drop some narrative down. Let's put some leather on the wood.
Percent preferred return, and the other share of 50% of the profits. So unlike your pension, your 401k, your savings account, your IRA, your CD, and all those other kind of financial investments where they give you back just an ROI, we're giving you an 8% preferred ROI and 50% of the profits for the acquisitions, the cash flow.
Okay, we gotta write these double speak words down. 8% preferred. You get an 8% preferred. I'm not sure what that means, but it certainly sounds like double speak. Let me put that in the chat room since ain't nobody helping. Double speak. Okay. Double speak. 8% preferred. Double speak. That goes on the list. We're going to build a double speak dictionary off this nigga. See how many words we can build.
Appreciation of the assets that we acquire with the fund.
Well, you know, by the way, I'm speaking to Jay Morrison, everybody who just came in. Jay Morrison is the founder of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. If you want to know more about it, I know that he's his IPO, or he's going to launch the fund at midnight on June 1st. And you may even be watching this recording after June 1st. If you want to know more, go to TulsaRealEstateFund.com. Somebody type that in, please. TulsaRealEstateFund.com. And I want everybody to know that I told Jay right before the conversation, I want to be one of his first investors. So I'm literally going to go over there and put $10,000 in the fund as just, you know, my little public statement to say I believe in this brother. I like the way Jay communicates his ideas. You know, we've seen other fundraising efforts in the community.
Now he's gonna put 10,000 in because he likes the way he communicates his ideas. I mean, any of y'all ever invested because you like the way somebody communicates? Don't you want to see the hard facts? Wouldn't you want to see the paperwork? Wouldn't you want to understand the nature of the business? No. Boyce Watkins don't want to know the nature of the business. He's not even concerned with the nature of the business. He loves the way the brother communicates his ideas. That's why he fell for Umar. Same guy fell for Umar. Same guy was down with the Tariq Nasheed Hidden Colors. Same guy connected to this book. Same guy getting voted at the Sarnetta Awards, the Satanic Awards in New York City, in New Jew City. Same guy. It's getting bad. Oh, he's putting 10,000 in. He's committed. He's committed. Now, let me tell you what he's going to say in a few years. Well, brothers, you know, it appeared to be a really good idea. And, you know, I guess the brother got caught up with all that money. All that money hit his account. He couldn't believe it. And, you know, somewhere he became lost. And, you know, he was a good brother. I think he just, you know, he had good intentions, you know. I mean, I heard him communicate his ideas, you know, and he had good intentions. I think he just got lost somewhere. And it's pretty sad, you know, black people can't get along. We get out here and we lose it. I hear it already, goddamn it. I hear the excuses already. You is not going to avoid this Ephraim Taylor part 2. You're not going to avoid it. This is cold game. Cold game. So he's making the claim. He's making the claim. Let's listen in.
You know, they could have used some work. I'll just say that. It's not that it's bad or good. It's just, you know, there's a way that money is supposed to be raised. There's a way you're supposed to do it. And what I like about, you know, about your approach on it, Jay, is that, you know, you understand that definitely at the very least that, you know, fundraising doesn't always have to be a donation. You know, it doesn't always have to be, you know, give me, you know, I get my hat in my hand, put money in the hat, and you get nothing back. You know, it can be, you know, the sale of a product. It can also be what you're doing here. It's an investment where everyone has equity ownership, where, you know, in this investment, you know, if you are, I think 90% of the students in the Black Business School invest in the stock market. I'm very proud of that because only 52% of white people invest in the stock market. 52% of white people. We're literally about, you know, 80% ahead of white people. Like meaning, like, you know, we're at near 90%. They're about 52%. 83% of millionaires invest in the stock market. Our students are at 90%. So for the 90% who are invested in the stock market, what I encourage you to do is to consider, you know, analyzing Tulsa Real Estate Fund and putting it next to your other investments. Considering doing what I'm doing. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm going to move capital from place to place. See, capital is not supposed to be spent. It ain't supposed to go make it rain at the mall. You know, that's how you give your future away. Capital is to be preserved. So basically, when I say that I'm going to invest in Jay's fund, all I'm going to do is go over and sell some stock. I might sell some of my Netflix stock and my Disney stock and all of that. And I'm going to take those funds and say, here you go, brother. Take this money and add it to the pile and do what you do with it. And so what's going to happen?
Let's break that down. He can go over to Disney and sell right now and move it over to Jay and put his money in jail for 12 months. He could go to Netflix and sell, and he could put that money in jail with Jay Morrison for 12 months. Your money in jail for 12 months. It can't get out. And then when it gets out, it's on probation. It's not free to do what it wants. It's out with restrictions that you cannot sell it without, you can't sell it on the market. You got to do a back alley sale. You got to take your piece of paper, figure out how to transfer it over to someone else. Hopefully they got a sophisticated website that can keep track of all these transactions. I doubt that. I doubt that they have a in-house trading platform design. I'm sure he'll get it together after you give him 30 million. Shouldn't be too hard. A site like that only costs about $400,000. And then, you know, maintenance fees of about, you know, $80,000 a month. And you can have a site, a trading platform. Shouldn't be too hard. We got another idiot. He's kind of like a nobody. Look at mind over matter. You got tired of talking about goddamn Nature Boy, man? You ready to get on some real topic? Because I know you got your mind right. That's why your mind's over the matter. It's time to get to the next wave of YouTube, bro. Goddamn Black Ink ass is in the hole fucking with Nature Boy too goddamn long. Yeah, I stay on real shit, man. I can't help it. I you know. I mean, goddamn Nature Boy, he ain't trying to get 50 million. He trying to, you know, get a mango. This nigga over here, Jay Moore, is trying to get 50 million, 100 million out to people. It's all good. It's all good. We got our reflections in the house. Welcome in, reflections. You know, the devil don't have a reflection. Ain't that a bitch? Vampires don't have a reflection. Ain't that a bitch? I wonder what happened. All right. Oh, mind over matter. 10 million is soft money in this hustle. This is a real hustle. This gets you 20 years hard time off the muscle. Bottom barrel time is 20. We ain't gonna talk about Ephraim Taylor just yet, because Boyce Watkins don't know about Ephraim Taylor. He say he's been around for years. Tyreek Nasheed don't know about Ephraim Taylor. Y'all didn't know about Ephraim Taylor. Only person knew about Ephraim Taylor was Pit Boss. Anybody in the room right now don't know who Ephraim Taylor is. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know who Ephraim Taylor is. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm not sure if I got to cover that again. But if somebody don't know who he is, it's going to look pretty bad. Now, I want to move over to the Jewish Vlad TV, because Jews are supreme in money. They're the supreme. Matter of fact, they're the supreme human beings of the world, the Jews. The Jews. They control more money than anybody. They control the FCC. Don't let me be, won't let me be me, well, let me see. They control it all. Hands down. There is nobody in the financial world above the Jew. Not even Donald Trump. Donald Trump get all his loans from the Jew. They're supreme. So we're going to go over to a Jew, because he ain't going to fall for this shit. Because he ran this scheme on black folks years ago. And he can't understand a black man trying to come running on him. Let's get a little comparison between Boyce Watkins, the atheist Satanist financier, and the Jew, a member of white supremacy.
Yeah, I mean, and
I hope it works out.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the blessings. Yeah, and the focus for us is, there's, like I said, we all have opportunity costs of where we want to invest and why we want to invest. For us, where we compete with the REITs is outside of just your dividends, we're also splitting profits 50-50. So outside of your 8% preferred, we slam it home with, we got relationships with Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, with Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta, or other, symbiotic relationships, and we slam it home. We can buy a bunch of houses in Detroit for $1. We develop them, put some, home buyers in there, attached with Urban League and other nonprofits and down payment programs and this comprehensive community development, whatever that looks like, condo conversions, whatever it is. And we do well, and we make a 40% ROI, which is not unheard of in real estate. You get your 8%, and then after that, the remaining 32%, we're splitting 50-50. So now you got another 16%, in this hypothetical scenario. Okay. And now you're up 24% on this opportunity.
Right, but that's only if you decide to pay dividends. You could also take that money that you made and buy another property with it, which in turn makes the shares more valuable.
Well, dividends are being paid out every quarter after the year lockup. So wherever our profits are after that, where we stand at that quarter, dividends are paid out on that point. When anytime there's a liquidity event, whether that's selling, potentially refinancing, if we bought something cash or whatever it might be, there's always opportunity for us to and we will return dividends after the year lockup every quarter.
After 1 year of solitary confinement, after your money has spent 1 year in greater confinement, you'll get a dividend every quarter based on the rent we collect. This nigga trying to build the Black Church of Scientology. This nigga is trying to build a Black Church of Scientology. You know the Church of Scientology is a real estate firm, right? But you can't buy into they shit like this. They ain't doing no crowdfunding for the goddamn Church of Scientology. Oh, hell no. Listen, people. If it was realistic what he was doing, he would get this on the stock market. And you wouldn't be locked up for a year. Why does he have to lock my money up for a year? Huh? Because the company itself is bankrupt from the jump. The company started with zero money. It's crowdfunding. We won't have no money till the crowd come, until the sheeples come, until the woke conscious come, the conscious woke. Let's let Vlad smash on him a little more.
Okay, I feel you. Listen, man, I wish you the best of luck on it. And, you know, you just run this completely
what you gonna put in on it, Vlad?
I mean, I'm not a real estate guy. I'm not putting nothing on it.
Something about REITs, Vlad. Your whole
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
African American.
Yeah.
What you gonna put in on it? You ain't got 500 on it, Vlad?
I don't have 500 on it.
Damn.
500 on it.
Now, if that's not a motherfucking scam, do you know that Vlad TV gets shit $500? Vlad would rather wash $500 down the toilet than to sit down and feel the agony of his money in solitary confinement. He'd rather flush that shit. Don't you know Vlad rather spend it on a stripper at a strip club? At least he get to see a little stanky snatch before he just give it to a goddamn fraud. Boy, that's bad. He went from Boyce Watkins dropping 10,000 because he wants to make a public announcement that he's down for black business. Boyce Watkins sold you Hidden Colors, that garbage ass DVD with the dumbest shit on it in the world, all kind of bullshit information. He brought you Umar Johnson, pumped him up. He's over there with the Satanic Award. Man, he's a fraud. His boot camp. I had somebody go to a Boyce Watkins thing and call me and say, man, this shit cost me $60. This nigga came all the way over here to Atlanta to tell me some shit he done said on a YouTube video. That was hot as grease, as fish grease. Nigga came all the way to Atlanta to do a YouTube speech. Some shit he already had posted on YouTube. What kind of fraud shit is this? These are master manipulators. But Vlad ain't fucking with it. Oh, shit. Let's hold up one hand clap for Vlad. He ain't going in the black trap.
Vlad, you don't have 500 to see what they're doing. With all those questions, with the clarity and disclosure of the fund, you don't have a spare 500, the minimal investment to support the fund.
Nope. I'm not a real estate guy. That's not what I invested. Okay. You know, and I also don't believe in putting in small amounts into investing. If I put in into an investment, it's like a big percentage of my portfolio, or else I don't really bother. That's just my style. Everyone got different style.
Hey, listen, you are entitled to your style. You are the king of your dominion. We would appreciate your support, though. I would tell you that. We would appreciate your support.
I'm actually giving you my support right now with millions of people.
That is a fact. Done. I'll put your 500 up for you.
Okay, there you go. You can put 500 in my name. I'll take that.
And listen, if we crush it first year, we meet over 12% returns. I'm not even saying 8. If we meet over 12% returns over first year, then I want to come back and I want some support outside of your platform.
Well, we can talk then.
All right.
We can talk then. Well, I'll take my $500 shares for now, and we'll go. I'll put them up.
Vlad gets a freebie. You know how the Jew do. Jew ain't go for that shit. Let me get a freebie. Just let me get a rib. Put it in my hand. Just put it in my hand. Vlad told this fool he don't invest in real estate. Do you believe that bullshit? You believe that bullshit? Do you believe Vlad don't got no real estate around this shit? Vlad like, look, you ain't sitting in front of no broke ass, buddy. I'm Vlad TV. I'm Mr. Jew round this thing. I ain't gonna be dropping no $500. You talking chump change. See, he can only fool the Negroes. He can't fool the white people. They wouldn't go for this shit. They're not gonna go for this shit. This is ridiculous. He might fool a cracker, and when I say a cracker, I'm talking about somebody raised in the sticks of back Georgia, in the sticks of South Carolina, way down deep in the jungle deeps of Florida, out there wrestling crocodiles. That's the cracker. He might get one of them because they like niggas. They the white niggas. They the cracker, and they equal to the black cracker. Oh my God. Vlad ain't fucking with you, boy. He not fucking with you, man. He ain't fucking with you, man. Pit balls can't fuck with you either. I can't give you 500. I can't give you nothing. But I can refer you a great attorney because you're going to need it. A criminal attorney. I can refer you a great criminal attorney because you're going to need that more than you need my 500. Trust me, though. Trust me, though. The first year, y'all, the first year, he's going to do well. Because, see, the first year, he's just going to be acquiring acquisitions, acquiring properties. It's not no real hustle going on yet. There's money coming in, property getting bought. But then, we're going into a presidential year. If Trump stays in office, the real estate market has stayed where it's at for an additional 3 years until the last presidential year. That will be, what is that? 2024. So the real estate market will stay good to like 2022. No, I'm sorry, that's 2022. So the real estate market stay good till like 2021. That's if Trump stays in office. But if Trump comes out of office and it's a shift in power and it goes over to the Democrats, then the Republicans are going to be like, well, fuck it. Crash the market. And we're going to see it, a rush job on the real estate. And all your black dollars are going to circulate not a goddamn where. And you're going to be sitting in what they call underwater. Make sure you buy an oxygen tank if you invest over there. And get you a raft boat and get ready for Katrina. This should be called the Katrina Real Estate Fund. Because it's about to be a tidal wave about to knock the shit out some niggas and flood you niggas out. Y'all all gonna be underwater. Trust me. Or don't. That's what fair game is called. Y'all can call me a hater because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Now, check this out. You get 8% preferred on the investment on an annual basis. You get 50% of the rental fees, things that you make on rental, added on top to the value of the real estate. Now, let's assume it's 1,000 investors and you guys make $1,000 profit off a rental property. Now, as the fund manager, the Tulsa Real Estate Company is going to remove $500 of that profit. The other $500 is going to get chopped down 1,000 ways. Can you even chop 500 up 1,000 ways? Of course you could. That means everybody get 50 cents. Well, depending on how many shares you got. So per share, let's assume you get 50 cents per share. And you bought in for $500, the minimum. You got 10 shares. You got a goddamn whopping $5. Amazing. Amazing fucking profits here. This shit is getting amazing. You know, Pitt can do this shit off the dome. I'm a mathematician, believe it or not. You don't have to trust me. You know, don't worry about what school I went to. Just count my numbers. Just do the math. I'm a gambler, people. No, I'm not a gambler. I'm a calculated risk taker. This is not a calculated risk. This is a gamble. This is a Corey gamble. You feel me? You might get your wig popped off fucking around with this one. This one gonna cost you. Now, Victoria does not know who Ephraim Taylor is. We gotta cover Ephraim Taylor every time. He's the example of the sample. He's a sample of the example of what a real fraud looked like. A mastermind fraud. A mastermind fraud. A mastermind of a fraud. Yes, sir. Hold on, be strong when it's on, it's on. Hold on and be strong. Let's get the man of the hour with the black power out here. You dig? This one's for you, Victoria. This is your introduction to the Katrina Real Estate Fund, crowd fund. I'm calling it the Katrina Real Estate Hurricane Fund. Fuck out of here with this stupid shit. Yes, sir. Let's get into some Ephraim. Look at them graphics, y'all. Ooh, look at them graphics.
Ephraim Taylor is an American businessman who has a net worth of $10 million.
Ephraim Taylor was born in Blackwater, Mississippi, and first rose to national attention as the inventor of a video game that made him a millionaire in his 20s. At least that was the story.
He took his story of making millions and traveled amongst primarily African-American church groups around the country, serving as a financial advisor.
He gave speeches.
Look at the script, how it's blueprinted to the T. He claimed to have millions. He took his script among black people at that particular time. Sinetta wasn't really heavy on YouTube in, 06. So he was able to deal with the church. Now that Sinetta and the black satanics is popular, you got to go to the Kemetic niggas. That's where all the dumb niggas live. You'll get some Christians by default. Don't worry. You get a few Christians.
And lectures on investment, and invited churchgoers to invest large amounts in his real estate development deals focused on improving and renovating impoverished areas such as inner city ghettos.
His series of lectures was called the Building Wealth Tour and included stops at some of the nation's largest mega churches, including New Birth Baptist Church and Lakewood Church.
He collected over $11 million and then disappeared. He has since been charged with fraud by the Securities.
He collected $11 million. When he came on the scene, he claimed to have a net worth of $10 million. He collected $11 million, and it got real shaky. Once the bread come in, once you have to start redistributing the money, buying up worthless properties just to claim you bought something, dilapidated projects that you plan to turn into rental properties. This is getting ridiculous.
Exchange Commission and has been ordered to pay over $14 million.
If you have any thought about Ephraim Taylor's net worth, biography, and salary, then comment below and subscribe my channel.
Y'all like, comment, and share to my channel. That's a little Ephraim Taylor. Just a little bit, because we're going to keep using Ephraim, but we ain't going to go too deep, too fast, too deep, too fast. First, we got to get back to these black Satanists that's running fake fraudulent hustles on the YouTube crowd. They primarily using the YouTube crowd. They didn't have a YouTube for Ephraim Taylor, so he used the churches. He just needed crowd. That's the key. I need to go to channels that have huge crowds. Don't get confused with Eddie Long, Calvin. Eddie Long played the Boyce Watkins role. He paid Eddie Long money to speak at his church. He really just gave the church a donation, and after the large donation, he was invited to come speak to the church. And that's how he got tied in. Eventually, Eddie Long paid back over $1 million to his followers because he encouraged them to invest the same way Boyce Watkins is encouraging his boot camp to invest into this fraud. When they get cracked, they're going to fucking hate Boyce Watkins because he encouraged the shit, and he is the fake false leader. He's the Antichrist. They're gonna fucking hate him, trust me. Everybody hates you when you fuck their money off. Everybody hates you. Trust me. They're gonna come for his head. But let's get back to the hustle. Because you ain't got no muscle if you don't lay down the hustle. You dig? You need to understand. Now, he released this, he say, on June 1st. So we only in it. We barely in it. Pig Boss is right on time. I'm in the second week. I'm on it. It's about to go down. The Hurricane Katrina Real Estate Fund is underway. Soon to be underwater. Trust me. This is not Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is more Hurricane Katrina. The water is coming soon. Trust and believe. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. Let me go get some more unsuspecting dummies that want this to be true so bad. Here's one. Here's one.
Hi, guys. Kyle Dennis.
Hold on, be strong. Hold on, be strong. Let me get this shit right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To be invested back into our own neighborhoods, because if anybody out,
let me back it up a little
stores in particular,
let me back
urban.
it up. Okay, so this is what a Satanist sheep look like. Bought into the hustle. Little smooth baby face type niggas. Trust and believe. This shit gonna become comedy. Now they gonna do everything but invite me on any of these platforms to beat their ass head up. But yet, none of these niggas know who Ephraim Taylor is. None of them. They can't go get you a video where they talked about Ephraim Taylor. That shit was before YouTube. Before the YouTube era, Ephraim Taylor was gone with the bread in the back of the whip getting head. Trust me. I was there. I watched him speak live. I know exactly where to go find what I need. I know what's already out there from way back then. I was like, boy, this boy hit these niggas ass. So now we're going to listen to another sheeple who's fell victim to want and believe that we can recreate Tulsa, Oklahoma through a crowd fund where you get a piece of paper and they get 50% of the profit. Stop it. Just another brother with the old cop. Woo, you better stop it.
Development places around the world. And this is another minimum deposit of $500 for you to invest your money. Now, this is kind of different in a sense that it is backed by the SEC. That's the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. And they're registered with them. And it's a government program that you can.
Okay, now he's a super dummy. He just contradicted himself in one statement. I will not miss a fucking word. He just said it was backed by the SEC. Like they got some money. Then he turned around and corrected himself. But he didn't say he was correcting himself. He just added on. Oh, they're registered with the SEC. All right, all right. Make the hustle look legitimate. So was Ephraim Taylor. He was registered too. He wasn't backed by the SEC, but he definitely was registered. You need to be registered because your investors are going to start typing shit in, looking for you, and they expect to see you there. That's not nothing powerful, bruh. Bro, yeah.
Invest starting off $500, and you will receive 8% of the return and equity, and also 50% of the amount of money that you invested off that particular property. And they're investing in houses, hospitals, community centers, stores, and particular communities. Now, for my non-minority white listeners, please don't be offended. Please don't be offended. Now, this program...
Sir, the white people are not offended at all. Matter of fact, they're in the kitchen cooking popcorn. They're in the kitchen making mayo and bologna sandwiches on white bread. They are having a ball watching the Negroes go belly up.
Seems to be targeted at the Black and brown community for us to start using our spending power, which is about $1.2 trillion, to be invested back into our own neighborhoods. Because if anybody out there from the DMV area, that's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and that's probably happening in other places around the country, is that gentrification, okay? Gentrification has hurt a lot of the urban Black and brown areas. And what that means, quite simply, is they allow violence, corruption, drugs to increase and multiply in order for property value to go down, for them in order to come in, a more affluential people of a certain, it could be Jews, it could be whites, it could be whoever. But once again, this is not a target video about race, but the fund actually is targeting race. So please understand what I'm getting at here. They come in, they buy up all the low rundown property, they break it all down, they rebuild it back up. And now where the rent was maybe $700, $800, the basic rent is now $1,500. Now those people that lived in that neighborhood can no longer afford. They can no longer live there. So they have to move to another area that's probably ran down, infested with drugs. And guess what, guys? And some of you are saying, well, they did it to their own neighborhood. Some of them did, but not all of them. Okay, not all of them. Some of them are just victim of their society, victim of their neighborhood, victim of their community, and I'm not giving anyone a pass, okay? Because I grew up in the ghetto and I made a choice, okay? And you say, well,
okay, we heard enough of your dumb ass. It's getting ridiculous. Let's get some Asians or somebody on the goddamn playing field. What the fuck? Let's just talk about crowdfunding of real estate, the pros and the cons. Let's just talk about it. You dig?
estate. Today, I got a quick new video for you covering the pros and cons of investing in a crowd-funded real estate deal. Now, look at all my videos, everything I talk about, I include in the description below. Simply click show more and you can follow right along. So for those of you out there who don't really know this, until 2013, the SEC put restrictions on group funding of real estate deals through general solicitation. But due to the passing of the Jobs Act, it lifted those restrictions and really paved the way to the growth of crowdfunding, which is probably why you're starting to see more and more of these crowdfunding websites popping up, such as Realty Mogul, CrowdShare, Fundrise, Realty Share. These sites open up new opportunities for investors to participate in deals that they probably originally weren't able to before on their own. Now, crowdfunding, generally speaking, is just a way of spreading out the risk as well as the reward among a larger pool of investors. And these websites allow you to buy into these investments in smaller chunks. That makes it a lot more accessible for the average investor rather than, say, having to put an entire lump sum down for one deal or having to fund an entire development from start to finish on your own. Both options very expensive, but crowdfunding helps alleviate that. But what are the overall advantages and disadvantages of crowdfunding? So to get things started, let's talk about some of the advantages. For all my 8-to-5ers out there who want the benefits of real estate investing but just don't have the time, this may be a good option for you. You know, crowdfunding is more of a capital investment and you're a silent investor. You know, again, you're getting all the benefits of investing, you just don't have a say in how the money is allocated. Also, one of the major benefits also is you get to broaden your investment options. You know, rather than say put $50,000 into one deal, you could possibly spend that among 2, 3, 4 deals using crowdfunding and create multiple streams of income. So that's another way of thinking about it. Also, you have accessibility to accredited investors. Some of these websites will even vet their members to make sure that they have the right amount of income, that they continue to fund the deals, because some of these sites have minimums of $100,000. Not everybody can do that. But if you can participate in these networks, you have the possibility of connecting with some of these other highly successful investors, which is very valuable. The next thing is also because most of this is done online, you can track your progress, track where your investment's heading. There's not much of a paper trail, of course, in the digital era. That always makes things a lot easier, at least for some of us. The next thing, too, is because you're not managing, you're not landlording, you don't have to deal with tenants, toilets, and trash. Huge relief. And of course, there's lower fees, which means better returns. Some of these websites provide the removal of the middleman. No agents, no brokerage. You can save on those fees, which definitely adds up over across several deals, saving you a lot of money. And of course, depending on who you crowdfund with, you can potentially say goodbye to indefinite holding periods, unlike the money market, mutual funds, where you get penalized for pulling money out early. For crowdfunding, it's a little bit more flexible, but yeah, there are still some hoops you got to jump through. But of course, you don't have to wait till 65 to pull your money out. Now, let's talk about some of the cons. Now, most crowdfunding requires a minimum investment. So if you're thinking you can get involved with a few $100 or maybe $1,000, $2,000, you may not be able to participate. Most websites have a minimum of $5,000, okay?
Hold on. Here come the hustle with the muscle. See? His first thing. Crowdfunding sites on average, they want about $5,000. He's going for the hood. Black folks ain't got no goddamn 5,000. Not a lot of them, but they do got 500 if they got to borrow it from their auntie. Get a little something from their girlfriend. They can find $500 one way or another. Let's let them finish though.
One of the other disadvantages, depending on the deal, the chances are you may not see any type of return for a few months, 6, even 12 months, especially if you're investing in one of those development type deals where you just have to wait for it to be built first and cross your fingers that it's going to be a successful deal. But make sure you pay attention to those types of investments. Next one is, if you're a control freak, this is not going to be a good fit for you. And what that means is, you're a silent investor, you're purely putting capital in, and what you're saying more likely is not going to be heard. Next, lack of liquidity. As the absence of a secondary market, it restricts easy selling for you to get out. So if for any reason you had an emergency or you need to immediately pull this money out, it could be rather difficult depending on the deal. And if it's a deal that's failing going down and you're trying to pull out, more than likely you're not going to find anybody to take over for you, and you could potentially lose all your money in that stake. So lack of liquidity is a big one for some investors. Next one, risk of investment default from real estate developers is higher in crowdfunding than peer-to-peer. Any situation where you have a management company who, whether it's doing good or not, it's going to be a lot harder for you to control it than, say, a peer-to-peer one-on-one where your input is actually being heard and executed. Next, less experienced investors are more likely to get stuck in a crowdfunding campaign that they cannot afford, purely to the fact of lack of due diligence. Many new investors will get blindsided by the amazing appeal of ROI on these websites and just put their money in without really doing the necessary research and homework. And in that sense, you're going to set yourself up to potential heartbreak. So always remember to do your due diligence and your homework to alleviate some of these risks. Next, some companies have trouble finding funding, which is why they're reaching out to crowdfunding as a possibility. But what that means is an underlying tone. It's less business savvy owners, less experience, which maybe indicates that they may have issues raising funding in the future, right? Poor management. So you definitely got to, research the track record for some of these companies. Next, the taxation regulations of crowdfunding can be difficult for some. Whether you're investing through an entity or sole proprietorship, crowdfunding is relatively new, so we're still trying to figure out the details. Unless you're up to date with these tax laws, this could definitely slow you down. And last but not least, if a company's due diligence process is not extensive enough, so like some of these newer companies that are popping up, it could cause for poor vetting, which is allow some of these deals to get through that aren't quality. And you won't know they're bad until you put your money in and it goes down, right? Which is pretty scary. So it all comes down to how much research you put in. Now, overall, guys, crowdfunding real estate, like any investment strategy, it's essential for you to do your homework and research before putting any of your hard-earned cash into a deal. This means looking at the experience, the track record of these real estate developers who are soliciting crowdfunding money from you. Now, don't be immediately fooled by the ROI or the returns. These sites are designed to flash out in front of you so you do put your money in. So don't be distracted by any of the shiny objects and all the promises and guarantees. You got to get down to numbers, get down to the facts, get down to the details, and assess your risk. Because remember, there's no such thing as a sure thing, especially in real estate. So protect yourself. Again, guys, this is Frank Show with REIClub.com.
I like the Asian persuasion. He just gave it to you hard and straight. The pro and the con. Seems we just got the con. Now, he's not going for the 5,000 bunch, because them is white folks, Jews, Asians, Mexicans, and the alike. Black folks, on the other hand, is 500. 500. Down on the mundo. Now, let's take a look at a few crowdfunding sites. Here's something called the Real Estate Crowdfunding Review. Investor intelligence that cuts through the hype. Let's get rid of the hype. What is the real estate funding crowdfunding? We just heard that. We don't need to read through that. How does real estate crowdfunding work? That's what we want to know. How does shit work? Master deceiver. The investor goes to a crowdfunding site where they see many different real estate deals from different companies called sponsors. Each deal includes a pitch describing what the deal is about and the projected returns. The total projected returns vary from as low as 6 to 7% for conservative deals and as high as 300 to 400 or more for aggressive deals. Part of the return generally comes from quarterly distributions of income to the investor. See, this is nothing new to white folks. This is new to dumb blacks following the dumb black that used to sell crack. Not that anything was wrong with that. I'm just trying to give you the fact. This is what it is, just like that. You understand what I'm saying, right? So, many deals also have a second part, a large payout at the end when the sponsor sells the property, hopefully for profit. Hopefully for profit. Deals may be anywhere from 6 months or as long as 10 years or more. Well, we certainly know your money is in solitary confinement for 1 year. If the investor likes the deal, they sign the legal contract, they subscribe, and deposit their money. Then it's pooled with the other investors, and the sponsor used the money to implement the deal. If all goes well, the investor receives their payment and everybody is happy. Or maybe not. See the next section for more info. Is real estate crowdfunding a good investment? God damn it, we want to know this more than the last shit. It can be. Real estate, like the stock market, has been one of the primary wealth creation engines for high net worth individuals for decades. Numerous millionaires and billionaires have substantial real estate portfolios. And at the same time, real estate also been the cause of wealth destruction as well. Hurricane Katrina crowdfunding fund for Black conscious. It's looking ugly. Like all other types of investing, there are no guarantees, not a one. The sponsor may be unsuccessful in implementing the pitch, the strategy, and the investor can lose some or all of their money. Now, if he was to get bad press, if Pit Boss was to go viral, boy, it'd be doomsday for everybody investing. Doomsday. I scared the shit out of 90% of them. The sponsor may be unsuccessful in implementing the pitch and the strategy, and the investor can lose some or all of their money. Conservative due diligence can greatly reduce this risk, but can't eliminate it completely. For this reason, you should never invest money in real estate that you cannot afford to lose. See, the brother did his homework because he put that out there. Hey, you know, bring some money you can afford to lose, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going to try. You're not building a fucking Black Wall Street. You're building a fucking scheme. You're one of the many crowdfunding real estate pitches out there. Is it legal? Yes. It's legal. We don't have to go no further. It's legal. He ain't doing nothing illegal until he fucked that money up. Till he start buying his girlfriend a goddamn Rolls Royce and a Bentley and flying to Fiji to go get a steak dinner. Shit start going crazy. How do the real estate crowdfunding companies make money? Every site is different. Some of them charge the sponsors, the people listing investments, a fee. They may change a fixed price, say $30,000. They may charge a servicing charge for each investor who signs up and subscribes to the deal. Or they may charge a back end to promote and take a share of the profits. There are some sponsors, friendly platforms, that don't charge sponsors at all. Some of them charge investors a fee. Again, they may charge a fixed price or a yearly service charge like 1%. Now, this is the site itself. You're the investor. People proposing the idea is the sponsor. And then there's the middleman, the site itself. What are the best real estate crowdfunding sites and investment? Choosing the wrong one can be an expensive mistake. But how do you pick? Our deep reviews are the answer. We interviewed support staff, account reps, principals. Then we interviewed other investors to see if they lived up to the hype or not. And we were waded through pages of investment documents and site contract. Here's the result. Top 100 plus accredited sites. I guess we can hit that. Oh, they don't have it linked. Oh, do they? Here we go. Here we go. Tier 1, best of the best, 10 out of 10. These sites all have a high transparency, co-investments, pre-funding, high value, average to low fees, excellent bankruptcy protection, strong administration, customer service, and strong financial backing. None. No site has all these features yet, but we hope that all will change by the time our next review. Nobody is the best of the best thus far. Second tier, all stars, 7 out of 9 out of the 10 stars. These sites are extremely strong in the majority of the fundamentals that are most important to the investor. Peer Street, Crowd Street, Fund That Flip, 1030 crowdfunding, Real Crowd. 5 companies have gotten a 7 to a 9 star. Their names are Peer Street, Crowd Street, Fund That Flip, 1030 crowdfunding, and Real Crowd. Let's go to Peer Street. See what they doing. They made it to the top. I want to fuck with the top. I want to fuck with the top. Fuck them niggas at the bottom. I want to fuck with you Jews at the top. Peer Street is a marketplace that provides unprecedented access to high-quality real estate loan investments. Peer Street investors have similar yield to lending clubs, but are backed by real estate and carry very attractive loan-to-value ratio. Simple, a smarter way to invest. About us. I want to know about us. Hey, it's white folks. What up, white folks? What you doing, white folks? I started this company based on one simple premise. We want to give everyone access to investments that were previous available to a select few. See, the white folks ain't selling you. We gonna create a new Britain. Oh man, hold on. Let me go find they shit real quick. Let's compare sites. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund. This nigga don't have a site. Well, here we go. Here you go. Let's see what's cracking. Let's see what's cracking, Jackin. Let's see if you acting, Jackin. Tell me what's cracking. Oh, shit. This is one of them goddamn WordPress sites off the muscle. Oh, shit. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. About. Let's go to his about. Who we are. Urban neighborhoods across the nations do not have to control their dollars. Real estate, small business becoming difficult. Real estate. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund solution to this problem, Tulsa Real Estate Fund, is a $50 million regulations, A+, tier 2. He said he tier 2. Let's go back to them tiers. Let's go back to them tiers and see if you one of them tiers. He's not a tier 2, y'all. He didn't show up on the list. This is a 2018 update. He just claiming to be tier 2. We don't see you on the tier 2. You ain't on the tier 3. You ain't on the tier 4. You ain't on the tier 5. Your ass ain't on a tier. Where the fuck are you? What tier are you on? I don't see you, buddy. I don't see you, bro. Bro, I don't see you. This 21st country. Oh, shit. Why partner with Treff? I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. The Chief Executive Officer, Jay Morris, VP of Business Development, Tosin Oduwal, the President, Jeanette J. Esquire, this is the lawyer, Ty Burton, Mason Mama Treasurer, Ernestine Johnson. Let's get this cat. Who is this dude? How come he never comes on? Oh, okay. Is an extensive background deals ever. Wait. Tosin Oduwal has an extensive background in deal evaluation, asset management, and high product development, having spent several years abroad in Europe and Africa. Tosin has been a keen understanding of international business as well as asset management. With an HQ based in Atlanta, with a headquarters based in Atlanta, Tosin is active in the metropolitan area, helping to rebuild the city, impoverished urban areas. My gosh, I'm in Atlanta. Cut that out. I'm trying to copy this too. I can't trust your site. I just got to pull him up. Okay, let's get it in there. This is the LinkedIn, buddy. Let's see if you're linked in. Let's see if you're linked in. Hello, Google. Oh, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga right here. This nigga is a specialist on par. He liked a few things. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri. This nigga from St. Louis. Attended junior high and high school in Europe and Africa. This nigga was in high school in Africa. Upon returning to the States, Tosin worked for his mother, running a number of family-owned nursing homes. In the fuck? This was only let me see what he did in 09. In 09, Tosin moved to New Jersey and expanded his growth in his consulting firm with the focus on finance. When was he running a nursing home for his mom? What year was that? And where the fuck was he in 2010 and 11 and 13 and 14? And where the fuck was he? In 16, he popped back up. In 2016, Tosin ventured into the hospital industry. Why he keep skipping around? You ain't ran into this nigga yet? By acquiring a sports bar in Manhattan East Village neighborhood, and the second one a year later in New Jersey. Here comes the connection as a minority partner. Now he is currently involved in the organization of private and corporate funds to secure physical assets with healthy returns. As of June 1st, 2017, Tosin sits on the advisory board a year ago of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, a Regulation A Tier 2 fund that manages $50 million in funds per calendar year for the acquisitions and developments of large-scale commercial assets in several key urban market nationwide. Tosin is also a community activist in conjunction with the nonprofit organization to empower the less fortunate members of our community that live at below the poverty line. He has an extensive digital marketing branding experience and expertise in business development and management. I guess he's not going to put that on here. Where's this extensive experience? Head of business development. Head of business development. Vice President of Business Development of the J. Morrison Academy. business owner, Durnan Barr. Student government leadership at King University. Account manager, OLAD Adult Day Program. OLAD Adult Day Program. You were there from June 2006 to December 2010. 4 years, and you was an account manager for what the fuck is an OLAD Day Adult Pro? What the fuck is this shit? Doing account management for. Let's keep it going, Google. Run them jewels, Google. Run them jewels. This shit get easier by the minute. What? Yeah, I meant that. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? Who the fuck are these people? What the fuck is this shit? Holy moly. What the fuck is this shit? Let me hit this first one. The gate path. What's really going on? This shit getting weird. Do. I don't know about this cat. I don't know about the kid. He might be one of them phenoms. Oh, man. Well, y'all, I tell you what. We just get started. The Hurricane Katrina crowdfunding fund is underway. It's underway. Man, I tell you, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to let y'all invest first. I'm gonna watch from afar. I'm gonna hold my dollars. I'm gonna hold my black dollars. Look at So Fly, she back. You see all them blue wrenches, So Fly? Be careful. These cats be throwing wrenches all around the room. Welcome to the show. So Fly is rooting them on, but she won't drop $500. So Digital Pit Boss is not gonna put 500. Vlad TV is not gonna put 500, and So Fly ain't gonna put 500. That 1,500, that's safe and sound and secure. On the other hand, Boyce Watkins is 10,000 in. He gonna get padded on the backside. On the backside. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Now, where does that leave the rest of you? Some of you don't even give a damn. Thank you, Bobby Smith. Thank you, sir. I tried, man. You know, I'm not trying to just dog them. I'm trying to see what it is. Because I know what it is. I've been here before. But, you know, somebody asked me to look into it. And I can't let them down. But we're going to get deeper with the subject as it goes along. So we're going to look to see who's against it and who pushing it. We already know Tariq Nasheed. Now, if I see a series of the same shit, if I see a bunch of fake black power, black atheist shit, I'm not fucking with them. Fuck them. Let them invest in the Hurricane Katrina funding, crowdfunding for the circulation of water fund. Because the hurricanes is coming this year. So we in hurricane season now. The water's coming. And when it hit, houses are going to go underwater. And you're going to be looking at a 2007 real estate. It's called double hyperinflation. Before I end the show, because Bobby Smith is watching, let's deal with some double hyperinflation. We got Bobby watching. They look bad, y'all. I gotta know what I'm talking about, or else they won't even give me no credit. See, they only got hyperinflation, but this done went beyond hyperinflation. But whatever double hyperinflation is twice hyperinflation. So let's deal with hyperinflation so you guys can understand some shit. In economics, hyperinflation is a very high and typical accelerating inflation. It quickly erodes the real value of the currency. As the prices of most or all goods increase, this causes people to minimize their holdings in that currency, as they usually switch to more suitable foreign currencies. Prices typically remain stable in terms of other currencies. Unlike low inflation, where the process of rising prices is protracted and not generally noticeable except by studying past market prices. Hyperinflation sees a rapid and continuing increase in nominal prices, nominal cost of goods, and in the supply of money. Typically, however, the general price level rises even more rapidly than the money supply. As people try ridding themselves of the devaluing currency as quickly as possible, as this scenario happens, the real stock of money, i.e. the amount of circulating money divided by the price level, decreasing considerably. Economists believe that hyperinflations are caused by large persistent government deficit, financed primarily by money in creation. That's when the Federal Reserve print money. Now, when they print money, we call that QE1, QE2, QE3, and we're waiting on QE4. And what does QE stand for? Quantitative easing. Let's deal with that part. Quantitative easing. Yeah, I don't know how pit boss know all this shit. Trust me, I don't know. I just be knowing. I don't know how I know. I just be knowing. And since I be knowing, I be showing. What is quantitative easing? Quantitative easing is an unconventional monetary policy in which a central bank purchases government securities or other securities from the market in order to lower interest rates and increase the money supply. Quantitative easing increases the money supply by flooding financial institutes with capital in an effort to promote increasing lending and liquidity. Quantitative easing is considered when short-term interest rates are not at or approaching zero and does not involve the printing of new banknotes. Who prints the banknotes? The goddamn Jew. Who is DJ Vlad? A goddamn Jew. And what would he not do? Invest in Hurricane Katrina's funding, crowdfunding. Oh no, you can't get the Jew. He print the money. He not fucking with that. He's about to collapse the whole goddamn economy. And if the economy go down, all crowdfunding fall, all of them. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. They all come tearing down. All of them. Not one or two, all. The best of the best and the worst of the worst will fall. Now, am I telling you not to go out there and invest in a crowdfunding? Hell no. Put your money where you need it to go. Just do your research. Just stay on your game. Calculate your risk. Think what the investment is thinking. Think what the investment wants you to think. Think what the investment thinks you think that the investment is thinking, and keep on blinking. I'm Digital Pit Boss, and I'm the realest shit in it.